Hey, we're back. Another episode. This episode is going to be on MGTOW with the makeup app called Make App and how women use it to blend in and use the chameleon-like nature that they have, which I talked about.
Yeah, tune in, guys. It's gonna be an interesting one.
Episode 30. Holy cow, we're here, huh, buddy?
Yeah, it's flew by already here, and thank you all for being with us for this whole time. And if you're a new subscriber or just listening to us, I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, no, again, the last episode we went into, we talked a little bit about censorship, what's going on. We wrote a blog piece on our Minds channel. We won't have to reiterate it again, but if you guys really want to go get an idea on a full grasp of things, go check it out. Go check out the Minds channel and see what we wrote there. So with this episode, we're going to be talking about MGTOW, and the app that a lot of people can get on their phones is called the Make app.
Yeah, the Make app. If you don't know what it is, it pretty much it shows you what you actually have underneath all that makeup for women. So
Yeah.
a lot of women aren't happy with it, but it's something that's out there.
Yeah, no, there's it shows, as it sort of runs the pictures and images through a filter on the phone, and you can actually run it through any number of people. Like there's prominent people, there's women, you look at Taylor Swift, and I actually like you. Yeah, I looked at the image of what people have taken her picture and run it through, and she actually, in my opinion, she looks more attractive without all the extra
Yeah,
makeup.
she never has too much makeup on. It
Right,
seems
right.
so.
So, and she actually looks a little bit better. But the vast majority of women that are upset with it is because it shows their true form. See, with me, I don't call makeup makeup. I call it fake up because you have to put on a false narrative to lure men to attract them to you. And it does highlight some features.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's what 99% of women you would have to say is like, especially women in their under 30,
Yeah.
wear tons of makeup
Yeah.
to try to make an impression on a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you've seen I've seen in movies and things like that, and it's true in real life where a girl will go home with a guy, and in the next morning,
Yeah.
she'll be in a panic and she'll like run to the bathroom, put more makeup on, and then lay back down in the bed. Like that's how she wakes up, like because she doesn't want the guy to see how she looks like with no makeup on.
Mm-hmm. You've had an experience with that, Goliath?
Maybe once or twice.
So, well, again, I mean, I went over this in one of the earlier episodes on the Leviathan Expanse with more of the MGTOW content of, the chameleon nature of women. It's about how they have to blend in because women, obviously a lot of women are shorter than men. They're not as strong as men physically. They're not as mental strong as men. Not all women, but a vast majority of women. Okay, we're just getting all across, and so they have to use all these sort of tricks and ways of trying to blend in and try to get some sort of an equal playing field. So they will use makeup to highlight certain features that they want people to be drawn into them. As I said, whether it's about their eyes or about stuff with their lips, or maybe it's certain types of clothing and jewelry that they're wearing. It's all about highlighting things that they want people to pay attention to, and not asking or looking at other qualities.
Yeah, makeup is just another. It's another way of women to just trick men, like you say. Like
it's fake up.
It's fake up, and then they want to wear all this jewelry, this and that. They want to put on a false narrative of what actually they are, and then obviously draws men into eventually marrying them, and then they take half your money and things like that.
It builds into that, but yeah. There are attractive women that don't necessarily need a lot of makeup, okay? And then they go through the filter, and for the most part, what the filter was originally designed for, it was designed by a man, believe it or not, right? But the original purpose for it was to stop child trafficking. And basically, when there's child traffickers and stuff, they put on a lot of makeup on what they're bringing across borders or in other countries. So they'll add on a lot of makeup to make the girl a look older. But for the most part, why so many feminists are enraged about this is because it reveals what a lot of uglier women have to deal with. They don't like to see the truth for what it is, what reality. You put a man through the filter, it's going to show his face as it is because there's no makeup there. For most men, we don't wear makeup, like maybe a beard or something. Obviously, we might wear acne cream for a little bit, to touch up our faces. But for the most part, we're not wearing lipstick or lip gloss, or we're not putting eyeliner on or fake eyelashes or rouge or... Again, the whole process in itself, it's to reveal truth.
Yeah, you have the makeup, then they wear fake nails, fake hairs, at some
extensions.
Point, so it's all that built into that. It's nothing to what you'll see with all that taken off. Like you said, a guy, maybe just a beard, things like that. We are what we are for the most part.
Yeah.
We're not trying to trick a woman into thinking that we're attractive, as to what they're doing to us. I mean, especially if you're going out and the lighting isn't the best, and she's got her makeup on, you can't really tell. She could look better there than she does in the broad daylight. Seeing her just
vampiric.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the truth. Like you said, uglier girls especially, they try even probably just as hard as pretty women to look really good, and sometimes they could pull it off to not look that bad.
It's a depreciating value. Everybody's looks fades. We all grow old, okay? And for older women, right, of our generation, there's a lot more single women out there in the West. And they have to compete constantly with the younger generation of women, right? Women that are in their early 20s, 18, they're more perky. They obviously... Youth in itself, there's a lot of good things with youth, and as you grow older, things start to wear down.
And that's why women don't get along. It's because they're always competing with each other.
Yeah.
They're always jealous, and guys, for the most part, we just
we could just sit back and just have a couple beers, shoot the breeze, there's really, I mean, if you look at it too, with the Make app in itself, why was there such an outrage over it? Well, because you have people within society that are aware of what makeup does, like Goliath and myself, or realize what its purposes are, and then you have people that want to try and conceal something so badly to try and trick people because they don't want to live in reality, and you can look at it, and then they're trying to decry that the guy who created it was a Russian agent, and always the Russians and Russian this and Russian that, but
yeah, it's just more and more of them trying to because they don't like it because it's taking away their value, something that they value, and it easily shows you without that what they are.
Yeah,
and it's they're not going to be happy with it.
So again, a lot of women are, with feminists in general, they're so upset and they demand that there should be something done. It's like, well, truth be told, it's like a lot of feminists, what's the thing is like you guys, you girls have all said that you don't need men, right? For so long, feminists have said that a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle, even though men fish and actually have invented the bicycle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, aside from that, though, it's like you look at then why do so many women feel the need to put on makeup? I mean, there's multiple reasons you can look at it. Oh, I do it to make myself feel good and stuff. It's like, no, a lot of women, they do it to attract a mate. They're doing it because they want to draw you in, and you can see what through if you run the Make app through your phone or through a computer you can actually take a picture of an online profile of that person and run it through this program basically on your own time away from them. You can get a general overview of what they generally look like. It's not going to be 100% accurate, but it's about, I want to say, close to around like roughly 95% to what they look like. Because obviously the makeup, it causes scarring and it does damage over years. So women naturally have to put on more makeup if they wear a lot, if they add too much. Because I know it's another thing too. Is like a lot of women, they dye their hair, and like if women or people in general dye their hair a lot, they have to constantly be careful about it because it causes the roots to be damaged.
Yeah, to stay permanently
Mm-hmm.
color.
Yeah. So again, it's like there's all these things that there's an awareness of it, but it's kind of subtle. But with make app and with fake up in itself. It's just a realization as a man who is MGTOW myself, and I know with Goliath, he knows himself, that you are aware of things. You ask questions. You look at things with a more critical eye,
and people might not agree. They might look at you with that you have 2 or 3 heads, but
mm-hmm.
It's the basic fact that we're aware of things. We're not in the Matrix.
Yeah.
We're not zombies. With our eyes just like doing what everybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're asking questions. And that's the thing with feminists is that. Feminism is cancer.
Yeah.
And what they do is they try to make up their own actions as they go. They try to they want to pretend that they believe in equality with the sexes. They don't.
No, they believe in subservience, and they believe in the enslavement of one sex, and they believe in the domination over everybody. Who doesn't agree with them?
Right, and then they try to say, okay, this happened. What should we do? So not to really get too off base, but they wear the pink hats for for the march.
Yes.
But then where were they with the Weinstein? Where were they when all these
They're coming out now, but that's because the hashtag Me Too thing.
Yeah.
But
they're not protesting it. And what happened with Katie Steinle?
Mm-hmm.
She got killed by the illegal immigrant.
Where's the outrage for that?
American woman,
mm-hmm.
Where's the protest for that the guy got off and he's going to now just be deported. He'll come back again, obviously. Not to turn this episode into something different,
mm-hmm.
but I'm just trying to say, feminists, where are they marching, protesting this and that, and the other thing?
Or, I mean, you look at if feminists truly did care for women, it's like, okay, then what about the women in the Middle East?
Yeah.
What about the treatment of the betterment of...
And that's supposed to be the whole thing, is where are they caring about women? Because that's what feminists is supposed to be, sticking up for the other women when they're not being treated equally.
Yeah.
Well, Katie Steinle wasn't treated equally in her death. Her family didn't get justice, and they don't care.
Yeah.
Because they agree with the illegal immigrant. They wanted him to get off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a general overview on things. It's with MGTOW, you ask questions. You find a fulfillment within your own life. And when a woman approaches you, or when you look at a woman and and she's wearing obviously a lot of makeup, for the most part you can say, well, she's trying to lure me in. But now that with technology, you have tools at your disposal to make your own rational decisions to say, well, what is this person? Let me see, do a little bit of research about things, So and again with MGTOW, you could go any way you want to go. It's more of the self-fulfillment in who you are, and the awareness in the real world.
Yeah, and that's the thing with women is playing the victim is what they always try to play.
Mm-hmm.
And, at the end of the day, them wearing the makeup, them wearing all these fake nails, fake hair, things like that, it just shows you what they are probably as a person for the most part. Is they're gonna lie to you because
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is lying.
Yeah, and it's
You
lying to your
know, it's
face.
lying to your face. I mean, yeah, they're trying to look good. They're trying to, you know, be attractive, obviously. But at the end of the day, that's not what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just gonna make men and more men are starting to realize it. More men,
Yeah.
you know, and that's why this app. They don't like this app, the feminist women in general. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Which I say, you could take anything and look at it through a critical eye, critical lens, and there's always going to be differences of opinions on things, and we'd like to hear what you guys want to say about anything. Obviously, we like to read the comments and stuff, and it just a lot of things with the fake app in itself, the make app. It shows true colors of people, of women. And again, you take a man and you look at a man's picture, all of his cards are on the table, right? With a woman, all of her cards are held close to her chest. She doesn't want to show anybody
yeah.
anything.
Well, would it be fair if a guy like put like stuffed his shirt like with, to make look like he had big muscles, and then underneath that shirt it's all like
It's air, hot air.
you know? So I mean, it's just it's got to go both ways.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, I think this episode pretty much is gonna wrap up here. Yeah, no, it's all of being awareness of things, and life is good. Life is pretty good even with all this stuff going on. But there's always some nuggets here and there that we find amusing. I mean, I myself find it pretty amusing when I look at this because I've already known about this, about more of the true nature of things. But
Yeah. So thanks again, guys. We hope you enjoyed episode 30, and we'll see you. We'll hear from y'all soon.
yep.